Hey everyone, it's Fun Around and my name is Jordan. We have a small slate for Thursday night. Fortunately for you, you probably don't care about the Cleveland Browns playing on Thursday night, so you'll probably be paying more attention to Thursday night basketball. I will be watching the Browns because I always watch the Browns from start to finish, and that's just how it goes. But still, we have 4 games, and one game will have a team with a back-to-back. So that game will be the Magic will be on a back-to-back on the road against the Lakers. So a good opportunity there for the Lakers to take advantage of that situation with the Magic having to travel over to them. And as far as some big news goes, for the Raptors, it looks like Scotty Barnes did practice and he is potentially going to play. So that's going to be huge for the Raptors. So I can't really take any Raptors lines as of right now just because I have to see if he's confirmed or not. He had an eye issue and looks like he may play with goggles. I don't know. It's the only reason why he would have a minutes restriction is if he had like conditioning or something like that. But I do have some lines out for some games. I don't have any matchups that are going to pop up, which that last video, the matchups actually did pretty well. I should, when I came to the picks, I should have just stuck to the matchups, even though the lines, like for Giannis points, it looks kind of iffy whenever you look at the recent history. But he still dropped 41, I believe. And yeah, I did a parlay and I added in like 10 rebounds, which he'd only missed once this year. And, he ended up getting 9 rebounds. So that ended up missing. And it was just like, paralysis by analysis, just overthinking things. Just should have just taken points. And then Dame, they gave up the most assists, and I didn't put that in the video, but I noticed it later, and I put that in the pinned comment. They gave up the most assists, and Dame ended up with a 10 assist game. He had a huge assist game. So really, the matchup is like the number one factor. I'm going to keep stressing this matchup is a number one factor. If they have a really good matchup, it sometimes doesn't matter how they've played as of late. It's just, maybe they were going up against some tough matchups and then they just have this really great matchup. If it's like top 3, top 5 matchup, they just tend to have really good games. It doesn't always happen like that, but sometimes you could just literally just say, hey, he's got a good matchup. I'm going with it. I don't care if his points line is high. He dominates this team, and that's what Giannis did. I know I'm talking a little too much about yesterday for you. I'm filming on that day, so all the games aren't over yet, but I do have a couple of picks for Thursday. I'm not going to go too crazy. The pinned comment will still be live if I do see something. I will be checking more matchups and all that throughout the day, but you will see images that come up on the screen right here. That's from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So this first guy I had kind of just like saved, like bookmarked his assist line. And then I went to go check it again before the video and it was already bumped up. So I pivoted over to rebounds, assists, and this is Cade Cunningham over 15.5 rebounds plus assist at minus 125. His assist line came out at 8.5 and quickly got bumped up to 9.5. So you could get that 9.5 for about, I think it's plus money, just like plus 100. If it comes back down to 8.5, I think that's a great play. So I'm going to go through the checklist. And if you don't know what the checklist is, I'm trying to check off 4 boxes. Matchup, recent history, head-to-head, and home and away. I think these all matter. Some weigh a little bit more than others. Clearly, matchup is huge, but just figuring out the weight of each one is still an ongoing process. When I started this, kind of went on a hot streak for about a week, and then the past couple of days kind of cooled off a little bit. So hopefully we can just pick it back up and get back on a hot streak. So back to Cade. He's going up against the Hornets, and the Hornets, they give up the 4th most rebounds to point guards and the ninth most assists to the point guard position, and it showed when he played them earlier this year. But I would give that matchup an A overall for rebounds and assists. His recent history, you see it on the screen. It's a tale of two halves. Something clicked for him in the past 9 games. He has just gone over. But this grade is going to be recent history, and we're getting to the point in the season where I'm not going to look at the entire season. How has he done recently? He's gone over in 9 straight games, so I'm going to give that an A+. That is huge. Being able to be that consistent and then getting a really good matchup here like this and potentially being able to go over for 10 straight games, that is huge. So recent history is definitely an A+. Head to head, he missed last year in a couple of games. He wasn't playing like this last year. Then he had a game earlier this year where he played them. He had a triple-double with 10 rebounds and 10 assists. So 20 rebounds, assists overall. I peeked over at triple-double. I believe it was plus 700 if you want to give it a go. He has been getting those every once in a while. And so if you want to, just take a shot at it, you could go triple-double for Cade Cunningham. I give the head-to-head a C+ just because we have this year. I kind of want to give it like a B or a B-, still because of this year, but last year he didn't go over. So I wish we had a lot of history here where he's just crushing them over and over again, but we have just one game. And home and away, you'll see it's tale of two halves, 4 under, 4 over. So that's just in the middle average. It's a C, but still I like that the 4 over are the ones that are the most recent. So overall I give this grade a B+ or potentially like an A- type of grade. So if you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you just leave a comment for the algorithm? You can put a number there. It doesn't matter. Put your favorite number, and that helps get the video out there for more people to see. And if you are using Prizepicks still and you'd like to get away from it, use things with more payouts, more dynamic payouts, more options, all that good stuff. Check out Underdog, Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, and BETR. I know that is a ton of apps, but deposit matches is free money. BETR's doing up to 200, Sleeper's doing up to 1,500. The others do up to 100. Links are in the description. That'll take you there with the promo code, and that promo code is fine around 11. Thank you to anyone who uses those. And then on the other side of things for that, I'm not going to take a Hornets player as of right now. I was looking at Grant Williams potentially, but the last game that they played was a little weird. LaMelo Ball didn't play as many minutes as he usually does. He wasn't there in crunch time, and he's one of the best scorers in the fourth quarter statistically. I know Brandon Miller was having a great game, and Bridges was having a great game, but still the way he just wasn't on the court, it's like he had said something to the coach, and the coach was just pissed off at him and just didn't play him, and they were just upset at each other. I feel like it was a non-basketball type of issue. So I'm kind of hesitant right now on the Hornets and the playing time, especially with LaMelo Ball. I feel like I don't want to take him. Maybe some of the other supporting guys, but not if their lines are way too high. So that's just my thought process on the Hornets. And then this other play is interesting. So the Spurs are playing against the Utah Jazz. Devin Vassell has been ruled out. Victor Wembanyama has been ruled out. And when you look at the Jazz and their matchup all season long, they've been giving up a ton of assists. And when you think assists in the Spurs, you automatically think Chris Paul. He's popped up on the injury report with like a sprained finger or something like that. Apparently it happened late in the third quarter of the last game, and he kept playing and he was just fine. He was still making shots and everything. So they have his lines out right now, and I'm going to go ahead and just put it up there at Chris Paul over 8.5 assists at -135, just in case he thinks he's good to go and he plays. If he is ruled out, I do like Stephon Castle, potentially 4 assists. They have his line out right now at 3.5 assists. And then Trey Jones would be the point guard who would come in, and he's actually a very good passer as well. So wherever his assist line comes out at, we'd just have to keep an eye out on it. But Chris Paul did fine with Victor Wembanyama out in a cup game, passing the ball. So over 8.5 assists. The matchup is an A+. Like I said, third most assists to the point guard position this year for the Jazz. So great matchup for Chris Paul. Recent history, he had 11 without Wembanyama, which is good to see. You know, he can still distribute to all the other guys, like with Zach Collins playing at the center position. When it was Wemby in there, it was like a cheat code. You just give it to him, and then he would just finish pretty easily over smaller opponents. But he's gone over in 5 out of the last 6 games. So recent history, I'll give that an A. I like the way he's been distributing the ball. Head-to-head history, they've played 2 games this year, and he's gone over in both of those games. Clearly, Victor Wembanyama was in both of those games. Now the past 4 games, he's gone over in 3. The other 2 from last year, he was with the Warriors. I give that a B+ for the head-to-head history. And then home and away, he's gone over in 7 out of 9 games at home this season. So clearly, you know, shooters shoot better when they're at home, and he's going to be the guy to give him the ball. So I give this an A and an overall grade of an A. This is hopefully he plays. If he does suddenly come off the injury report, look for Trey Jones. I'm sure Stephon Castle's assist line will bump up a little bit, but hopefully he is good to go for this one. So if you guys would like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord, link is in the description. You can hop on in there, and a conversation will be going on all day long about all kinds of sports in there. It's free. It's not a premium. Someone asked about a premium. I don't do that. I don't want to make you pay me for something that I don't know is guaranteed or not. And I see some like crazy prices out there for people's premiums, and I'll be honest, I have a lot of channels just like pop up on my feed, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this guy out, and I look, and you know, he's kind of starting out, and I automatically go to the description and say, does this guy have a premium? And it's like 99% of the time they have a premium that they're trying to sell, and it just, they're not going to get past, you know, that like 3,000, 5,000 subscriber mark if, you know, they're trying to just get people into their premium and just make money off of them. Yeah, I get money from like the links, the affiliate links and stuff like that, but I mean, if you don't use it, then it is what it is. You're getting this for free, and I still do the best I can with the analysis. Speaking of analysis, a couple days ago, the Cup games was like one shot away for a lot of these guys. I had Anthony Davis over points. It's funny. I didn't know until later the next day. Apparently, he went to the locker room, got hit in the nuts. Underdog Fantasy Twitter worded that pretty well, where he got injured, and he ended up missing by just 1 basket. He also missed his first quarter by 1 basket. I feel like I checked his first quarter minutes, and he got taken out just a little bit earlier than he normally does. But yeah, he came up half a point short. Donovan Mitchell came up a 3-pointer short in the first quarter. He took 3 of them, and he missed all 3. I wouldn't say he was shaken up because he was playing against the Celtics. They were good looks. He just missed them. So the opportunity was there. So it was 3 of them there, just missed by 1 shot. And then, yeah, I had a LaMelo Ball, and the whole minutes thing was weird. And he clearly didn't go over. And then today, I have everything in the pinned comment. I'm trying to remember. Jaren Jackson Jr., I had him over blocks and steals, 2.5 blocks and steals. He ended up hitting that. I took multiple guys from that Bulls and Bucks game, and usually when I take like 2 players from the same team, I tell myself like, I probably shouldn't do this because it's going to end up being like a blowout or something. And I still did it anyway. I got pulled into the Josh Giddey hype for that game, and he didn't play well at all. And then Kobe White, actually all the Bulls starters went under their points except for Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine was just going off, and then all the Bulls start. So that's why when you take multiple, I feel like it's best just to focus in on one guy and say this is going to be the guy for the day. If you're going with something like points, I wouldn't take multiple guys for points. Unless one guy has like a really low line and the other guy has a decent line. But if you take multiple guys with points, someone might, I think the word in business is like cannibalize the others. So it's good just to focus on one, maybe go with the other guy for like rebounds or assists, something like that. Have them correlate with each other. And I had a parlay, like I mentioned, with Giannis, Dame assist and Giannis rebounds, and Giannis came up one rebound short. I also took the Cavaliers for a 5-point plus lead in the first quarter against the Pelicans. Pelicans were playing like a G League team up against the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers, that one ended up hitting. And looking at my notes here, I have for the matchups that I showed, Giannis, he went off with points. Klingon, I didn't put Klingon in there, but he got his rebounds. I should have just went with the matchup and just said screw it and went with it. I was worried about his minutes because his minutes were up and down, and it was all over the place. So just overthinking it, should just went with it because of the matchup was amazing for him. And then my guy Tari Eason from the Rockets, they never dropped his lines for blocks and steals. And I've seen his lines out there before, and I don't know why they didn't put his. Actually, I may know why, because I checked on Tari Eason, and let's see here. I wrote down a note. He had 6 steals in 20 minutes of play through the first 3 quarters. So I was hoping for like a 2.5 block steals line for him, and they did not release any lines for him at all. And he would have crushed it. So I was looking for him all day long, and I couldn't get a Tari Eason line. But we keep moving forward. Try to get back on a hot streak. Hopefully Chris Paul plays, and hopefully you do well. So if you do bet on this small slate, hope you do well. God bless you. It's a fun round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.